And we are on. And hello, Bryce. Welcome to the stream. Just going to make this a little bigger and then have a sip of extremely hot tea because I'm a maverick like that. How you guys doing out there? Love burning my tongue. We gotta post the rules because that's what we do. Hi, Coco. Now today, I actually got some artwork done this week. And we're going to talk about that first because that's what I do. It's my live stream. I do what I want. I have been experimenting with my Cricut. Cricut being a cutting machine, basically. Mine is pink because, of course, whenever I have the chance to get a pink electronic, I jump on it. You're doing well. That's great, Bryce. Oh, and Paul just came in. Hello, Coco and Sharon. Hope you're both doing well. We're doing fantastic. Well, I'm doing fantastic. I don't want to speak in Coco's place. It's just that I'm in a great mood, honestly. I was just about to start talking about what I got done this week. I've been experimenting with my Cricut. And the first piece that I did is this. A trapped Paper Mario card. Now, from here it doesn't look like much, but the thing is, this thing is raised. It is technically quote-unquote 3D. It has 3 layers, which is the line art, then the colors, then a white border that you can see a little bit on the edges here. I glued it completely, and then the washi tape is purely decorative, but it's part of the trapped Paper Mario design. I think you will see it better because I did another test right after this one, a shiny version. Look at that. Yee! Shiny, 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 shiny. What's up, Broster? I needed a day to rest after going to the drag show. Not a bad birthday, aside from something I'll tell you about later. Oh, if anybody did anything to you, I just going to need a name in 10 minutes. Anyway. So yeah, the holographic paper was actually some stuff that I got from the dollar store, so I made a little mistake on the first one. When I took it off the sticker paper, I ripped his shoe, and I was like, oh, maybe I could, thank you, Paul. Maybe I could save it, and then I thought, this is literally dollar store paper, so I threw away the holographic Mario, and I cut another one, and this one's perfect. Now, the thing is, I actually ordered some Cricut brand sticker cardstock, because the paper I've been using for the line art peels with the overlay that you usually use to take off the vinyl design from your cutting mat and apply it where you need it. And the top layer of the paper, it goes away with that sticky paper, and we don't want that. Like Mario here, I actually had to draw over the line art a second time with a Sharpie. I don't like Sharpie markers. So I had to go over it with a Sharpie to get the line art back to black. So that's why I ordered the cardstock made for that. And for ease of application, it has a sticky layer on the underside. Oh, hang on. Oh, you guys are talking. Oh my god, I have to catch up. For those of you who don't know, I had my birthday Friday. Happy belated birthday, Coco. I still owe you something. You were busy Saturday to tell me what you wanted, but it's okay. I always have an open slot for you for when you have the time and the idea of what you want me to draw for you. It was alright. I got a lot of where am I? Okay, it was alright. I got a lot of gifts from a brother from another mother who spoiled me. That's good. I'm gonna want to hear that later. I thought you meant a literal Cricut bug, but those do look pretty cool. They are cool. My model is the Explore Air 2. Right now, I think they're on Explore Air 3, but I know for a fact that they're on Maker 3 also, which can also cut like thin balls of wood and stuff like that. I'm not there yet. I'm mostly on paper crafts because I am an illustrator. Oh, crickets are super fun. And I'm like, this thing is picking up dust and I should be using it more because it's actually fun. So that's why I had the idea here. Once I'm settled perfectly on materials, like not just for the line art layer, but I'm going to try a different paper for the color layer. Because it's kind of hard to tell on the camera, but Mario is a little splotchy and he's got some white spots. So it wasn't the ideal paper for marker. So I don't know yet if I'm going to put these specifically in the shop, but once, because these are tests, so once I'm settled on material, I will be putting some in my shop, and not just Mario. I'm planning to add Luigi, Princess Peach, and Bowser. And any other idea that comes to mind. Because I find this idea cute. And Coco has the Explore tree. I knew they had an Explore tree. I was just not sure. Because I think there's a difference between the Explore and the Explore Air. Oddly enough, my first tablet, my first iPad was an Air too. I got something about models that are called Air. I'm not done talking. While I had the Cricut open, I was wondering, you know, purely out of curiosity, just like that, you know, if I could slip my Frisket film in. Frisket film being a type of material that you use to mask off your drawing for when you want to paint and or airbrush on top of it. And turns out, are you streaming on YouTube as well? I should be, yes. Normally I'm multi-streaming. And if Twitch is not happy with that, they're not getting any money from me anyway, because there's like 2-3 people that watches me every week. That's the whole point of simulcasting anyway. Oh, but that's another thing that I will talk about in a couple minutes, because turns out I can put Frisket in the Cricut. I got $50 of stuff from Bath & Body and beyond. Bath & Body Works. The new shoes I really needed and DoorDash gift card. Oh, yum. But yeah, this was done for a currently unlisted video because it's a very utilitarian video. If anybody wants to see it, it's just like almost 6 minutes of me adding color and pointing at markers. Because it was an airbrush test for a certain project that I cannot talk about right now. So I got smelly and tasty stuff. That's great. But yeah, apparently the new guidelines of Twitch says that now you are allowed to simulcast, but you can't merge the chats. And I'm like, I'm not monetized anyway, so I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, how else is this going to work? Oh, this is supposed to be fair for Twitch. It is fair. Everybody gets a turn at talking. I don't know what they want. And I don't care, I'm not monetizing. If they kick me out, well, I still got YouTube. What do you want me to do? But yeah, I got, oh! Thank you, Annan! Damn, we're almost halfway to the electric sharpener. And I'm going to eat my pencils last. Not that I don't like my, what is that? What's the brand anyway? Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna pronounce it, but I think you get a pretty good idea. Because if I say it out loud, I'm gonna get yelled at. Muck. Let's pretend it's called Muck. Upside down. But that's the actual name of the brand. Like I was about to say, it's not that I don't like my sharpener. I love my sharpener. The problem is me trying to sharpen and then accidentally tilting my pencil sometimes and breaking the lead and pissing myself off. Doesn't make me a happy camper. So now that I've talked about what I did this week and what I'm planning to do, because I have such a wonderful and interesting life, Paul, I'm going to annoy you privately later, because there's some stuff I cannot say in public, but I can't say to friends in private, so I'm gonna do just that. You guys don't worry, this is all art-based. That's all I think about, so that's all I talk about. So, we are going to hide my big face, and we are going to my desk. Thank you, Annin. It says 37%, but it looks bigger from here for my donation drive for my new electric sharpener. But yeah, like I said, the airbrushing video is unlisted because it's completely utilitarian and technically very boring because I don't talk. Like, it's 6 minutes of hearing an air compressor and me going psh, psh, psh with the air gun. Not the most fascinating of videos. But it does show me in the process of airbrushing this card from beginning to end. It doesn't show me applying the frisket or the liquid frisket that I used for the smaller pieces, because I still need to find the kiss cut option on my Cricut. I know it exists. I've seen people talk about it on the Facebook group. I just gotta find it. Where is my... It's somewhere around here. I should probably retire these, like, they came default, but I never used them. Because, honestly, a lot of them are repetitive, generic, and quite ugly. There we go. Speaking of color palettes, if you guys go on my shop, on my Ko-fi shop, which pops up here and there in the chat, I have made some I'm gonna check that later. I have made some color palettes that I'm offering for free. The Amano palette, which I think I called Eternal Dream. I'm pretty sure I put the Mike Mignola palette on there. If I didn't, tell me and I'll put it on. I also have Nate Pieco's color palette for sound effects. That's also free. Yeah, there you go. Cat Size Yoshitaka Amano. That's the Eternal Dream palette, because it's based off somebody else's work. Oh, go right ahead, Coco. You're an admin, you got special permissions, and use them. That's what I'm saying. That's why some of my palettes are free, because they're based off the compilation work of other people. And they offered their compilation for free, so it only makes sense that me converting them to Clip Studio for easier access for fellow artists, I keep them free. The Kurt Tacky palette, that one is paid because I'm the one that compiled it, so I get to profit from it. Now we're actually going to go to the script and we are going to get started on what we're all here for. Not just for my pretty smile and my wonky front tooth. Also, on Monday I got my new tab mate. So yeah, I'm able to actually work at my regular speed. I am very happy for this development. Gonna make this, actually gonna, there we go. Gonna make this a little bigger. Really fill in that panel. I swear I know how to draw, it's just with Bootleg Cookie, I just draw the fastest I can. Does anyone in the chat speak any French? I do! I do, I'm French! I am from very French Quebec. The only difference between me and the other ones is that I have no problem speaking English and I don't feel assimilated. I just feel like I can communicate with more people. Ça va bien? Ça va super bien! Numero uno! Once Shiro did a whole stream where they talked in nothing but I got mad because I kept stuttering in English. and I was like, well, if I can't speak English, je vais parler en français pour le restant du stream. Moi, ça me dérange pas, moi. I didn't hear anybody else complain. Probably because they couldn't. Just putting a tree there. Well, first of all, we're surrounded by trees. But then I'll have an excuse to do some fall colors. I only understand a little, but I didn't complain. Ouais, les gens savent mieux que de se plaindre quand je suis fâchée. I'm usually a pretty chill person, I like to think, but that's why when I'm mad, it's like, it's not a good idea to cross me. Like, I'm really at my limit when I get mad. Because otherwise, I'm pretty good at staying in a good mood. I'm also pretty good at staying in a bad mood, but that's neither here nor there. Quelle sorte de français que t'es, Bryce? T'es-tu québécois? T'es-tu français de France? Belge? Je le sais pas. Il y a toutes sortes de dialectes français. Of course, my one-track mind. Gotta save the soda! So yeah, that's a thing that happened. Gonna save, gonna take a sip before my lukewarm tea turns into an iced tea. I think my tea steeped like half a second too long. It's a little bitter compared to usually. Plus I've been doing a little bit of picking up around the house. So that's nice. I need to clean out my wax melt, put in some fresh wax. But I didn't have the time. I had to start the stream for you guys because I love you, and especially more importantly, you love me. Now, of course, we're only like reacting to that tourist walking towards the bear. We're pretty sure the bear didn't maul her, but at the same time, you don't walk towards a mother bear with cubs. I don't care if it's a black bear and they're the gentlest bears. They're still frickin' bears. Also for Patreon, I think I didn't post it yet, but there will be some whips of the most recent Power Trip page. I completely forgot if I posted those whips yet, so I'm announcing it just in case. Au fait, je ne français, j'aime juste le parler. Ok, t'es pas français. T'es quoi d'abord? Parce qu'il n'y a pas de honte à aimer parler un langage. Moi, présentement, je suis en train d'apprendre l'espagnol et je le comprends bien plus que je le parle, ça c'est certain. Right now, including myself, I believe we have 2 Canadians and 1 American in chat. It's very hard for me to listen to it, though. Well, yeah, we all understand differently, which is also not a problem. Like, I understand Spanish, but, like, well, pretty much every language, because I have a bit of a audio processing issue. It's easier when it's slower. Donc, si je parle français un peu plus lentement, ça va être un petit peu plus clair. Which is perfectly normal. Thanks to Shira, we'll never forget how to say wait and cuss in French. Quebec French. Cussing in Quebec French is way different than cussing in France French or international French. I swear I'm going to pour all my savings into an air purifier. Because god damn the dust down here. And near the Canadian border, so chances are I can use it to offend some French Karens someday. Ontario folks come here to shop. Oh yes, please do. Film it if possible. I never said anything about me being a good person. At no point do I ever imply that I'm a good person. They always say, oh, Canadians are so nice. Oh, that's cute. And now we're going to hide the text so I can pencil it and ink it properly and not have spots because of the text. There's a process. You gotta trust the process. Plus today's, like, the first panel is very busy, so there's a chance that today's live stream is gonna be longer than usual. It's cute that I gave my sister a worried look here because with her actual personality, she'd probably be the one that would be eating popcorn while the tourist would get mauled by the bear. I'm going to go now. Bye. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for coming. Y'all come back now, you hear? I got purple nails with black kitties. And I just saw the picture of the manicure. Une manucure, esti. It's lovely. It's more lovely than my language. Like, some people are really fearless, but not in the cool way. You know what I mean? I got really weak nails, so I have to keep them short, but this looks okay, I think. Yeah, I can relate. I have extremely weak nails too. They split a lot, and I keep them short. Well, not just for that, but it's more comfortable for me to have short nails because of all the art I do, and how often I get shit stuck under them. Mostly paint. Sometimes masking fluid. I should invest in a bottle of, I think it's called Hand Guard. It's cream, barrier cream, there we go. It's a cream that you rub on your hands and helps protect you from all the art supplies that you will eventually spill or smear on your skin. Though honestly on that front it's probably too late for me because I got so much airborne ink in my lungs by now. Oh, whoever's gonna topsy me is gonna have a field trip. Well, somebody that Lily seems to be outside. She's singing the song of her people and she sounds troubled, so it must be somebody she likes. Now the park I'm referring to is a national park. So, I mean, you gotta expect wildlife even in the designated camping area. So once we saw them, we got the hell out of Dodge. Plus the mother look, as you can see here, the mother looked like really skinny. So we didn't want to risk it, you know? We know how good my dad's cooking is. Of course, as you guys just saw in the chat, we're still in a Kickstarter for Barbarian Queen Charybdis. It ends in the middle of next month. Just gonna see where we're at right now. In Canadian, we're at $1,136. The total goal is 3,157. With 26 days to go. So, any little support is encouraged and appreciated. If you can't give, share. Simple as that. Sharing is free and it helps. Yeah, I'm getting some interesting comments on Divine Art. I'm gonna read this one real quick because that's interesting. They commented on the Trapped Mario test cards and are saying, also, if Luigi doesn't make a reference to issue 5 in Final Battle of issue 6, I'm gonna cry. He is not Mario's nephew, he's his brother. I don't think he will. I'm not the one that writes the script, but I do have access. But it's actually nice to see people so invested in the comic. Like, they're trying to guess what's gonna happen in the next page, and the ones that guess right are so happy. And that makes me happy. I'm gonna give you guys a bit more sylphs. Whee! Oh, this goes so much better with my Tamate. I'm so happy to have it back. Like, I've been thinking of maybe replacing it with a tour box. But ergonomically, for me, the Tabmate is definitely better. Spending almost 2 weeks without it, oh, that was miserable. I still did work because I had to work. But, oh, never again. If it happens again, I'm going to have a good long cry before I order a third one. I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I have. But I don't remember the keyword. Okay, yeah. We have an 8-ball. So if you have yes or no questions, you can ask the 8-ball. Ask again later. You know, I never had a real 8-ball. I always wanted one. Never got around to it. You can tell I really embellish myself when I draw myself. I actually put eyebrows. I swear I have eyebrows. They're just really pale. I have photographic evidence of me in high school having eyebrows. The same color as my hair. I don't know why they decided to go white first. Well, I mean, they're not white. They're blonde. I still don't know why they decided to go blonde. You know what? I'm going to... There. That is probably an egg sandwich. I love egg sandwiches. Pepperoni sandwiches. Ham sandwiches less, but I will eat them if there's nothing else, really. I do like ham. I do like picnic ham. It's just I would... It's not that I hate ham, but I would eat a lot of other options before I go to ham. But it's not in my list, you know? I wouldn't complain if I was stuck eating ham sandwiches, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, I'm gonna put a can of soda for me because that's all I drink when I don't drink tea. Speaking of, how's my iced tea? Yeah, I still got some. Maybe I should order some, like a USB cup warmer. Keep my tea warm. Make it taste tear. My God, I am the royalty of humor. Like I am ridiculously funny. I can't stand myself. You know, it's a good thing we weren't grilling anything this time around. My parents had a similar encounter where they were grilling burgers and they had to come back home in a hurry. Like, Mom was holding a cast iron pan above her knees the entire time that was still like piping hot. That's how fast they packed up to get out of the park. They didn't drive all the way home like that. They once they felt they were safe, they parked on the side so Mom could put down the frickin' pan and they could finish eating. say stuff like that, I don't mean when they were young. No, 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 no. Like, the bear, that incident was like the same summer as this fall story. Was the same year. Poor dad. He's got like all the illnesses at once. So he's aging much faster than mom. They're only 3 years apart, and he's aging much faster than mom. And he looks so old. He looks much older than her. And by contrast, mom is aging very slowly. Like, she does not look her age at all. I'm aging slowly too, but at the same time I'm quote-unquote finally aging. I can see my skin starting to sag down here, and I got some white hair up here. I got one in the... more like in this corner here. It's up front, and it's sticking out. Mom was like, well, I can take it out while I'm cutting your hair, and I'm like, no. Leave it there. I mean, you can pull it out all you want. It's gonna grow back. Like, you're only delaying the inevitable. So might as well leave it there. Who are we gonna fool? It's pretty obvious by now that I'm in... even if I'm aging slowly like my mom, I got her genes. I mean, quite literally, she gives me her genes when they don't fit anymore. I'm aging slowly, but, like, I gotta be looking my age still. I got the signs. I'm just not gonna do anything about it because it's time. You can't really do anything against time. I'd rather age gracefully. I've never done anything gracefully in my life, so the one thing I'm willing to do gracefully is age. Come on, chat load, I want to see. Concentrate and ask again. Come on. My sources say no. Oh, I hope the question was not important. So yeah, I should be getting the black sticker card stock by the end of the month. Uh, the uh, the Amazon, I would say preview of the shipping date was on the 27th. Maybe I'll be lucky and it's going to show up early. You never know, I got lucky with my tab mate. Then again, I probably used up all my luck magic just on that. Yeah, I do believe I have luck magic. But not unlike Schmendrick in The Last Unicorn, my magic works randomly, and it works best randomly. I have no control on my luck magic. I have no control if my luck magic is going to be good or bad. Like, whatever little control I have is when I try to use it on purpose for somebody else. When I try to send it to the other person. But then again, it's luck magic. It's kind of normal that it works at random. It's luck. That's what it does. There are rules, even if the magic itself is randomized. It is a finite resource per month. Once I'm done, I'm done for the month, and we gotta wait until the first of the next month for it to replenish. And one of the rules, of course, is that I have no control on how it works. But the luckier an event that happens, the more luck magic I use up and the more tired I get. It's a real thing. It sounds silly, but it's a real thing. So no friggin' wonder I was always so tired at work, because I would use up my luck magic on calling Microsoft for replacements. Well, I shouldn't say Microsoft. I should say Xbox, because customer service for Microsoft themselves, pretty good. Customer service during the Xbox 360 era. This is a family channel. I cannot use that kind of language. Oh. I have a vendetta against the Xbox 360. Otherwise, I don't care. Use what you want to use to play your games, but the Xbox 360 was the bane of my existence. It was so sensitive. It would break all the time. And then they would blame me. And the customers, of course, would blame me, not my manager. My manager was awesome. And then I would have to try and contact them. And like, this doesn't work. And they would always blame the customer. Like, I don't say when a customer comes back the next day, the controller is perfectly normal, it just doesn't work. They were like, give us the cereal, and we give them the cereal. And like, we could tell it was not like them replacing the controller with an older controller or stuff like that. Like, because don't get me wrong, a lot of people will do that. But we could usually tell. Usually. Because I swear to God, there were some very temporary employees that would take back the most broken and dirty and filthy shh. And that would make me so mad. Now that reminded me of a time at the bakery when we had someone come back with a box of cakes. But that box of cakes was like nearly a year old. And like, they said, oh, I bought it yesterday and it was like that. And I was like, that is completely impossible. Because I'm the one in charge of checking the dates on all the cakes, and I check every single one of them, and I checked them yesterday and the day before. And that is from December, and we are now in November, you know? This is from December last year. It's almost a year. Happy anniversary, but it is impossible that you found that in the rack yesterday. No way in. So what they would do, they would leave my department and go to the cash and get it reimbursed there. Then the cash would come back, yeah, there's an expired box. They come back with the exact same box, and oh, I would make that cashier eat those beardy cakes. They had beards. And this kind of bullshit is why I have heart pills now. That's another one I need to illustrate. Not necessarily the hairy cakes one, maybe one day, but speaking of being accused of stuff I didn't do, my aunt, which was also my manager at the bakery, took me and another girl. No, I already ate, Mom. Thank you. I literally asked you if you wanted some leftover sushi, and you said no. Like, it's 2 o'clock. Come on. But yeah, she took me aside with another girl and pretty much admonished us. That would be the correct word, concerning how we wrap the bread, because we would bake some homemade style bread avec les deux fesses là. And then we would slice it, and then we would bag it. And she told us that we needed to tie the bags tighter because she kept finding the bread loose in the bag. And we were like, okay, but we were doing the math in our heads. Like, geometrically, it was impossible that we would wrap the bread loose, because we would put the bread on the little metal slat, put the bag over the bread, pull it out, and twist it, like, vrrr, and then tie it. And it would be tight. It would always be tight. And she, quote-unquote, warned us like that a couple times, and we were like, but we do tie it tight. We don't understand. And then one day, she came to us, apologized, and told us that she had found the issue. Turns out there was this one old lady. Sorry for playing with my nose, it's just I still have some... well, it's probably sweat, but I put some hydrating cream on my skin today before the live stream, because I'm sick of being itchy. And there was an old lady who would come in the store, go to the bread section, open the homemade style bread, take out 2 slices, and put them in her purse and walk away. And my aunt finally caught her, bread-handed, I should say, and told her that she wasn't allowed to do that. And the old lady, apparently completely taken aback, but I've always done that. And my aunt was like, well, maybe you've always done that, doesn't mean that you're allowed to do that. You're not supposed to open bread that you haven't bought. And as far as I know, she stopped doing that because we never got warned again. But, like, seriously, can you blame us from being, like, confused? Because we were like, we're willing to obey you about this, but we don't wrap the bread loose. We don't understand. And now I was an old lady stealing 2 slices of bread every day. We don't know how long she's been doing that, but she couldn't have done it all the time as she claimed, because it was like only a several week problem, and we had been working there for a couple of years. And these are the same people that say, respect your elders. Well, the elders should show a little respect too. Respect is earned, not given. You know, just for fun, I should have... It says here branches of autumn leaves, but they're Japanese autumn leaves, so that's not what we're looking for. Yes, I'm being lazy. What you gonna do about it? Oof, I am going on my Shakti mat after this. Oof. I absolutely hate it, but it works almost magically well on my back, so... It hurts on the way on, then it starts feeling better after a couple of minutes, and then it hurts on the way off. But I do it for my stupid little physical health. Because it's been, honestly, a very long while since I've had to use actual medicine or my TENS machine for my back pain. I absolutely hate it, my Shakti mat, but it works in 20 minutes. That's like scaringly good. Like, pain meds will take longer to kick in to my system. So that's why I use the mat. I'd rather deal with a little owl laying down and a big owl getting up than the constant suffering for hours waiting for an Advil to kick in, so... This livestream not sponsored by Shakti Mat. I don't think they would like my endorsement, not when I keep saying, ow, it frickin' hurts! It does, but it works. You know Buckley's syrup? How nasty that shit is? Like that, but for your back. office, normally you would, like if you have some, like more serious problems than just being a cartoonist, Shakti does recommend that you consult with your doctor first before attempting acupressure. I can get away with not consulting my doctor because I'm in relatively good health. I don't have blood issues like hemophilia, stuff like that. I'm not diabetic. So it's at your own discretion. And also how sensitive you are to pain. They do offer a light version. I believe I have an original version. They also offer a more intense version. I'm still not at the point where I would consider getting the intense version. Because this one works really well. Even if it hurts like the dickens to get on, and it hurts like the dickens to get off. I also try really hard to relax while I'm on it. I try not to move at all. And I have my sleeping mask on with some relaxing music or ocean sounds. But I have ADHD, so you know there's still a lot of thinking going on. The only way to really get it to slow down enough to fully relax would be to take a melatonin, but I'm not taking a melatonin for 20 minutes of rest. So I'd rather have my brain racing a little bit than be drowsy the rest of the day, you know? Come on. One more month before Super Mario RPG HD. I am really hype. I want to see the new stuff. I did learn that they took out some Woolseyisms. Like Yaridovich has been technically corrected to what his name is supposed to be, which is Speardovich, because he's a spear. People on Xitter still wondering if they're going to change Malo's line where he compares Mario to Bruce Lee when they're on their way to rescue Gino. I mean, the game is old as balls now. I'm not exactly spoiling anything. And we're pretty much all hoping that they kept Culex, because I don't remember his Japanese name right now. I do wonder if they're going to rename Valentina, because her original name was Margarita, and they did change the drink she has in her hand from a martini to a margarita, as well as unbounced her boobs, but yeah, she was very bouncy in the original version. Like, how many of the characters will they rename? Will Booster remain Booster, or will he change back to Buki? Stuff like that. The Muku Muku, I think that was the original name, and they changed it to Throfer. So I'm wondering, will the Muku Cookie remain Muku Cookie, or will they call it Trofer Cookie? My vote would be for Trofer Treat. Because alliteration. So I put down Tears of the Kingdom for a while because I finally beat all the shrines, so I got the heroes aspect. I'm working on leveling up the heroes aspect, and I need to fight some frogs, and I don't feel like it. So I've started yet another freaking game of Paper Mario 64. This time, because I have access to the European versions through my Nintendo Online account, I started one in French. Last time I played it was in Spanish, so I started one in French. Just to see the difference in the translations, because that's how I roll. The old master that has a dojo in Toad Town, he actually has a name in French. And it works in English too, so I don't know why they just call him Old Master. His name is Karate. Like, this is genius. Why? Like, in French, all the names end with T, because that's how we pronounce T in French. And I know it's karate, but a lot of people would pronounce it karate, so it still works. So it's a freaking shame. Tasty, I found out, is called goûter, which still works. And by still works, I mean some of them. I'm trying to remember the English name of the gardener, which doesn't come to mind right now, but in French they called her éreintée, which means that she's tired and her kidneys hurt. And it's probably from bending over so much to take care of the flowers. But I know her name is nicer in English, so... Also, it's a very, 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 very French translation, because a lot of times, like Gumbario, for example, will say la balle to mean how lucky, and that is a French expression. You're not going to hear that in Quebec. Maybe in Montreal, because they do have a lot of French people. It's a very cosmopolitan town. City, I should say. We're a town. make the top of the car thicker because we are closer. Yeah, see, we're at 2:30 and deceptively cuddly looking cute bears. Thank you, Coco. I'm good at drawing cute bears and good looking food. Because yes, there were black bears, and yes, the black bear is usually the quote-unquote calmest and nicest of the wild bears. I still would not go up to a mother bear with her cubs, unless they're on the other side of the glass at a zoo. And I better not see anybody commenting on the comic. Well, I did it once and nothing happened to me. Well, congratulations, Steve Irwin. I still wouldn't because it's a wild animal. Very happy for you, Bear Whisperer. But not everybody is a bear whisperer, and I would like to not encourage people to go up to bears. Following that, do not go up to Canadian geese and do not go up to moose. I don't care how cute they are. I'm adorable too, but I would bite. Seriously, I would. Don't think I won't. I'm gonna leave it ambiguous in the comic if anything happened to the tourists. We legitimately don't know because we got the hell out of Dodge. But there wasn't any news about it, so we assume she was fine. So while we're waiting on the black sticker cardstock, I do plan to be able to do other characters in the Paper Mario style that are not Paper Mario characters. So it would be just a style I would offer of trapped cards. Just a funny little gimmick, because I love gimmicks. I love art gimmicks. That's why I'm experimenting so much. That's why most of my money passes on art supplies, because I want to try and mix stuff together, see what happens. Forever wishing for the day that Culture Hustles gets a Canadian distributor, so it doesn't cost me another $100 on top of my order just for shipping. Because there are more stuff of his that I want to try. He's got a like, recently he came out with Black 4, but it's a paint. So I'm not super into trying out the paint, but he does have an ink version of his black paint called Blink. That I would like to try that. I'm more of an illustrator than a painter, and when I do paint, I don't use that much black. But I do have his color changing pigment called Phase, and he came out with more called Renegade. Like, literally, it's 3 colors and it's Renegade. Like, not only do those pigments change color with the sunlight, but they also glow in the dark. Tell me that's not interesting. Tell me to my face that's not interesting. And I do have his regular lit pigment, which glow in the dark. But when I say glow in the dark, like, you could land a plane with how bright these are. My most recent use of them was for one of my brush rests, which I believe I would need to varnish because it kind of has a sandy texture. And of course it's all pink, but it's actually very slightly bluish. It's a Tockle from Dragon Quest XI. And I did put photos up on my Facebook page, so very unofficial, and that thing glows like it. I also got his glitters, but I will admit I have yet to use his glitters for something, and I should. Especially because I had actually requested for black glitter, and he made it, and it was like only available for a couple of weeks. And I got a jar. I have yet to use it for something, but I was very happy that he made it. Plus, unlike regular black glitter that either sparkles quote-unquote white or silver, this one sparkles rose gold. And honestly, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Maybe if I used a good tool, there we go. I'm working more with this method of coloring to minimize artifacts, white artifacts. And it's been working. So basically what's going on is I'm actually applying a layer of black when using this specific line art fill brush. but I set the layer itself as blue. And then I put the flat layer as a masking layer to color the inside. And then I turn the blue layer back to black, and then I merge down. And it cuts down on the risks of artifacts. Another thing I could do is just turn my line art layer to monochrome. But I like this one better because then I have better color coverage. And then at the end, when I don't color, I can always color in manually. That's not an issue. Like the grass here, I can do that later. And like that bright blue, I can tell it more apart from if it was just gray, because I had put these as gray and grayer, so there's more contrast than a usual white background, but I still miss some spots. So at least with blue, there's less chances. Also, with the gray background instead of some gray and white checker pattern, it's easier on the eyes. Where the hell? There it is. Oh, well, I was just talking about his new palette, and Stuart Sample just gzeeded about it again. Sometimes I move too fast, and even if the tab mate is new, I move so fast that it confuses it, and then it faints daintily. Oh, wait, no. I did not have brown hair during that episode. I believe that was the time when I had one side of my hair green and the other side pink. I know because we took a picture before the bears showed up, and it's on the wall in the living room. Another reason why you have to mask instead of just trying to follow the line is that, see that big circle? Now it's just that little bitty part that I wanted colored that is colored. And now you know why masking is important. Get a cleaner result. My dad's golden eyes. Like, all this time he said that his eyes were hazel. My and Mom's eyes are hazel. What's basically happening is that we have a small circle of brown around the pupil, and the rest is green. My dad's eyes are so golden, they're yellow. It is both fascinating and almost horrifying, but mostly fascinating. Now, I'm not sure I remember which side was pink and which side was green, but it doesn't really matter in the long run. Nothing really, mattress. Anyone can see, nothing really mattress to me. Is it me or does Pretzel have a bit of a delay in announcing their songs? Of course she was white. Why would she be any other color of skin? Gonna have to go with this one. Do I have something more? Oh, that's better. I'm just gonna do this, and then I'll color the muzzle in. And the little claws, we gotta color the claws. And the little baby claws, because even if they're babies, they're still dangerous. I believe we're halfway through the coloring now. We're almost at 3 p.m. For those of you that are still here, you are patient. Or you're enjoying your time with me, but it's probably just patience. Because I know how I get when I start focusing and I stop talking, and that's not super interesting during a stream. And I still do it. And no, that's not quite. That's better. And this has been a fun show. It's always nice to hang out with you on Sunday. I'm eating a late lunch. Coco's eating. Paul is enjoying his time. Good enough. I'm happy when you guys are happy. Gotta pick my battles. Even with my best effort, I can't be entertaining all the time when I'm drawing. If anything, it's actually pretty rare that I talk when I actually work. And by actually work, I mean when I'm alone and not filming everything. So I'm effectively multitasking as we speak. I am so looking forward to next month when that damn game's gonna come out. On the 27th, I mean chicken chili. Ooh, chili! Which is perfect for chilly weather. Oh, I am so entertaining. Been a while since we had chili here. Should ask my dad about that. And here's the thing, if I really wanted, speaking of video games again real quick, if I really wanted to play Super Mario RPG, like literally all I have to do is go get my cartridge and pop it in the SNES. My SNES still works with no issues. I often make chicken chili when I got a big pack of chicken to use up quickly, or else I make chicken tenders, which lovely crispy breading. Chicken tenders, been a while. Last night we had chicken legs with fries. The fries were very good. I'm not too fond of the taste of chicken legs. I'm not too fond of the darker meat. But I still ate it. Because there's a difference between food I'm not a fan of and food I outright hate. And I do not hate chicken legs. Just if there's another option, I'll pick the other option. Me, it's breast or bust. I definitely prefer the taste and texture of chicken breast. Because of course I'm neurodivergent, so I tend to be picky about food, but I am definitely less picky than Mom, who will make a toddler face if she doesn't like something. I try to be a little nicer when I don't like something. Do I clearly remember what the lady looked like? Yeah. Once again, neurodivergent. This is what I spend my my concentration on. Details that will never come up in an exam. Well, let's see. Oh, my shoe. I gotta color my shoe. I believe that's when I still had the nice red boots that I had to get rid of last year because they had no sole left. I like most foods, but sometimes the texture is just disgusting. Yeah, and we don't choose the neurodivergent way. The neurodivergent way chooses us. And we don't get to choose what disgusts us and what doesn't. Like, I will definitely prefer soft, easy to chew food over any other food. Like, when it comes to fruit, I prefer berries because there's less chance of getting juice on my fingers because I'll just pop it in my mouth. Unlike apples and oranges. I like apples and oranges, but you can get juice on your fingers, and I have extremely sensitive fingers. So therefore, when I eat an apple and an orange, sometimes things will happen, and I will not be okay with them. And yet, if I get paint all over my fingers, it bothers me a lot less. Probably because it dries, and after a while I don't feel it anymore. But I still see it, and you better believe that as soon as I'm done, whatever I'm doing artistically, first thing first, I'm going to the bathroom and I'm scrubbing my fingers. I actually have this little scrubby that's shaped like a bug. And it was originally designed... I've never heard of a fruit juice finger phobia before. I wouldn't really call it a phobia, but like I said, I have extremely sensitive fingertips, so it's more like a ugh. Like, please no. Please no. You know that meme? I think it's on TikTok. Like, immediately no. Immediately no. That's what it is. Because even when it dries, fruit juice on the fingers remains sticky. And I'm like, ew. And usually paint does not remain sticky once it's dry, so it's not as bad. Still bad, but not as bad. I have that when I handle chalk stick. Sticks can't stand the texture of it. It's like it's too smooth, huh? Like, school chalk is a little less bad because it's smooth. Pastel sticks, like sometimes I have to hold one when I scrape it so I can get the powder to apply on a piece. I don't like using the sticks by themselves. I just scrape it on a palette and then I will dab it on what I need to fill in. And, no. No. Immediately no. And then there's like more pigment on your fingers than on the paper, and that pisses me off, honestly. I am really not a big fan of chalk. Alright, we're almost done. So I'm gonna forego the washi. I'm just gonna do some gradients for the background. Just some sky gradients. And I remember the nerd box hair. That was cute and made you stylish cry. Oh, I made her cry a couple times. Like, the nerd box hair was something. The mermaid hair. The unicorn hair. Oh, lordy. Like, I had originally came in for mermaid hair, but then the colors came out like super pastel, so it turned into unicorn hair. And it was colors everywhere. It was mostly blue, but with a lot of other colors, and oof. I made her stress that day. Thanks for doing these show. The comic looks awesome. Thanks, Paul. Why does it snap at an angle now? Usually when I put shift, it straightens out to whatever line I wanted. Now it's, wonder what's causing that. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. We just want some sky. Because it's a beautiful fall day. It was actually cloudy, but I want a nice sky because I'm the boss. Now we're gonna bring back the text. And edit it a little bit so we can actually see what we're talking about. Anatole Le Goupil, mon père est fou. Well, sorry to hear that. Not much we can do about it, but good on you for venting. we're gonna do one last look over. We're gonna save, of course. I'm dumb, but I'm not that dumb. Okay, we are good for today. So we're just going to scoot on over to the end card, like we always do with every end of stream. And give extra special caramel drizzled, extra gold leaf sprinkled thanks to our supporters, Amber B, Paul K, Messenovis, David F, Marianne J, Supreme Crimson Leader. Your continued support is always immensely appreciated. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't have this much stuff to do and write and be inspired and experiment with. Currently fondling my 2 bottles of masking fluid right now. Sensitive fingertips, but I always have to be touching a texture. It calms me down. Now let's see, next live stream. Whoops, not you. There we go. Next live stream, yeah, that's what I thought. Is going to be on the 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's my time, not your time. Maybe your time. I don't know. I don't live where you live. Or maybe I do. Who knows? I can be anywhere. And of course, hope you guys had fun watching me draw this. Had a lot of fun drawing it. I'll see you guys next week. Once again, 1 p.m. Eastern. I love you all. And bye-bye.